I have Echo 1 and Echo 2, yeah.
Check your triggers if you have trigger 1 AT platoon follow, because that's
Negative.
then probably Falcon has them as Alpha 6. Yeah, he needs to activate the trigger when I call him, or maybe if a swordsman can let the platoon follow on the path already. Then I would need the Romeo 1 call sign. That would be nice to have. And the Romeo 2 call sign. I think they should be also in Falcon's hand.
Yeah, I can give you the Romeo 2. I can see it. Stand by.
You just need
Oh,
to
yeah, I see.
to right click them and hand them over to me. Or yeah.
Yeah, stand by.
Wow.
Should be the Romeo
That
2
mind
now.
blow
And
is
I
really
also
ugly.
have the Hotel 1 and Hotel 2. I think that's the reconnaissance guys in the forest in the southeast part.
All to me, please. That's
Okay.
that's correct.
That's no good. Mine's here.
Okay, I have only Alpha 6 now under my direct command.
Perfect. Good. Then we have it. So let me load the plan.
Leopard 2A4. It's a sexy beast. Gammal mördare. Or almost love it.
Okay, what I've done for the day is basically set up a relative easy tactical scenario where we can practice a little bit of platoon drills and unit coordination with fires and movement. If somebody had the time, I lined a little bit of the planning process out in my post in the scenario thread. And basically, the goal is the scheme of operation that's shown in the first picture there on how to visualize your fight is basically to make a small demonstration today how we get to these different phases and how do we get our call signs, our assets onto the enemy in a matter that he's not really able to resist. The first step that you do is in checking the terrain and keep the weapon systems of the enemy in mind. I showed that in the following paragraphs. So use the line of sight tool, check where there are long ranges of fire. What has the anti-tank platoon? What has the enemy mech platoon? What can your tank platoons do? And there, for example, we see that in that open ground east of Lachendorf, our tank platoons have pretty good cards because at that range spot between 2,000 and 2,500 meters, Sabo's rule over missiles. The next step is to have a look on what enables our movement. And I've marked the phase line 1 on the map. You see that long black line east of Lachendorf that makes a hook around that forest. Basically, this is the terrain where our units can move without being detected by the OPFOR. And these are parts where you can facilitate fast movement and get your platoons in position. So the key task for today is get all of our call signs cross this phase line in a timed manner, so that each platoon is synchronized with the others, and we hit our OPFOR at the same time. If you look to the left side now, you see the order of march I've planned. We have one bridge to get over, and that's why I set it up that way. This way. On the southern part, Bravo 1 and Bravo 2, the Mechanv platoon, They have the longest way. They go first. Then the tank platoons, Alpha 1 and Alpha 2, they need to get over the bridge and to the north. So they have the second longest way. They go next. And finally, Alpha 3, which will have the shortest way, they are the closing call sign. Once crossed there, and every platoon in position, and here's it important that every platoon leader gives the feedback. I'm in position, I'm in cover, I'm ready to go. That's what the company commander at that moment needs to know. The same thing in the south, especially for the mech platoon, while they will be the trigger for attacking Arnsbeck. When we are crossing this black line, what is our main problem here? Any idea?
You mean the phase line 2?
I mean the phase line 1 still.
Okay.
We've moved. Remember, we've moved across the river. We are in covered position on the east of the river, and now we want to get to the outside to engage the enemy.
We don't know where they're at.
Point 1. We have some intel on them, but we don't know their exact position. Yeah, correct.
We come under enemy observation on our movement.
That's the second point. So as soon as we move into the open, the enemy can see us and they can shoot at us. While we at that moment still have the problem that we are between the houses, we are between the trees. Our optics might still be covered by the Steelbeasts trees. So we have a disadvantage in engaging the enemy. And there's none of our call sign, none of our tank platoons already in position to overwatch this movement. So what we're gonna do?
Smoke.
Yeah, this is where Schwartzman comes into play. So if we have a movement that we cannot cover by own fires, for example, if Bravo 2 is in position and can overwatch Bravo 1 moving, that might be sufficient. If we cannot meet that condition, we need Schwartzman with his artillery to either suppress or blind the enemy. And that is exactly what we're going to do. I already marked the green circle to suppress or neutralize the anti-tank platoon. And the same needs to be done with the mech platoon in Zulu Charlie. So for that phase, Schwartzman, you're listening?
Yes.
I want you to have a smoke screen ready in front of Zulu 2. So our tank platoon can move into the open in the south there, preferably by the mortars. At the same time, I need a neutralize fire mission on the enemy anti-tank platoon. So they are under artillery fire when our Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 platoons move into the open.
Okay.
Second thing, as soon as the smoke screen in front of Zulu Charlie is up, immediately call the next fire mission of the mortars onto the enemy troop concentration in Arnsbeck. So we have a suppressive mortar fire on these enemy mech platoon.
Okay.
If you go back to the first picture, basically that is what the battalion and company fight is. We use these direct and indirect fires to already keep the enemy occupied, so we can maneuver our platoons into position so they can do the platoon fight. Okay, in the south, Bravo 1 and Bravo 2. I hope the map graphics are clear. You're supposed to follow purple and orange dotted line through the forest. That hill marked with a 3-3 is pretty good cover and concealment from the enemy. You can get into basically an assault position there. And once the mortar rounds splash on Zulu Zulu Charlie, you get out and get close to the position as close as you can without getting into RPG range, and be ready to fire on them. What I try to achieve here is the major work needs to be done by Bravo 1, and that is assaulting into the objective. Alpha 3 and Bravo 2, together with the mortars, what you need to do is to basically make a bubble around that enemy platoon and Bravo 1, a bubble of fire, so Bravo 1 can do their job without being interrupted from the outside. I hope I hope that it is
Yeah.
a good description I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
Bravo 2, are they supporting by fire or providing flank security?
in that case, we will have the anti-tank platoon following. You still need to have eyes into the flank, but in the face when Bravo 1 assaults, you keep fire on their breaching point.
Okay.
So what Alpha 3 and Bravo 2 are doing, they shooting Bravo 1's attack forward.
Understood.
Yeah, Bravo 1 will have to do the heavy lifting. They need to get as close as they can with their IFVs, then dismount and go into the objective mounted and dismounted. As soon as Bravo 1 reports that they have a foothold, they have the first lines of building covered, then Bravo 2 needs to follow. And I've marked that dashed orange line here. Basically travel along that road to cut off any enemy that is retreating. So the idea, we're keeping it in that bubble picture. First, we provide the fires so Bravo 1 can assault. And as soon as Bravo 1 breaks into the objective and pushes the enemy back, then Alpha 3 and Bravo 2 need to be ready to destroy that enemy so they can't get into a new defensive position. Enemy needs to see an option to retreat, otherwise they could fight to the death. But once they take this retreat, then we need to destroy them, otherwise you have to do this assault and take for each new line of buildings.
So may I say something about that too?
Okay.
Yeah, depending on your enemy, depending on the situation, you don't just want to, if your enemy's in a full retreat, you want to move as a unit, as a group. So nobody should be chasing the enemy as a single platoon or nothing like that. When you move or coordinate, even though they're in a retreat, you still need to maintain the discipline of not going into a trap or going into somewhere where the enemy can flank you or shoot you. So to keep that in mind. So if you see the enemy in retreat, let's make sure that command is notified to command, and command makes those orders to make the next move.
good point. Yeah, if I painted a picture of a hasty and headless pursuit, then my mistake. Of course, coordinated with keeping up flank security, but in a way that enemy cannot evade the pressure. They don't need to have time to reorganize and set up a new defensive position. Okay. Falcon.
Yes.
So basically, I have scripted the Bravo 3 platoon that would be attached to you. So what I need you to take care of is the remainder of the tank company. That would be the platoons Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. With the task to get them into a good ready position for the assault. I already marked a company and a platoon border that you can orient on, so your platoons have enough space to get into hiding, and then get out of the hiding once the conditions are met. If you have any question, fire away. The main task after breaking out of the cover is get into the purple support by fire position roughly, and neutralize the enemy AT platoon, and be ready to provide fire support into the Zulu Charlie.
Understood. Should I be drawing some axis of advances, or have you some prepared?
The next step is the Alpha 1 company getting into the battle position at the Lima Ridge. That's roughly the height line where the enemy anti-tank platoon is sitting. But as you see on the map, with enemy mech platoon still active in Zulu Charlie, you couldn't move over that open ground. So this move will only be done after Bravo company has done their job.
Okay, understood. Question about the triggers.
Oh yeah,
when you want me to fire these?
You have them.
Yes, three triggers.
Yeah, I will call you out on trigger 1. That can be done as soon as the Bravo platoons are inside the forest, but I will call you out on that. And the other 2 triggers are in case we fuck up and lose too many vehicles, then we have an extra tank and an extra mech platoon.
I see, thank you.
Alpha 1, I have a question.
Yeah, Hicks, fire away.
You've mentioned the order of march over the bridge, right?
Yes.
Can you write that down? I can't see that.
I thought I have sent to all.
Yeah, we don't see it.
It's
Yeah,
Order of march.
Lumi also wrote he can't see Zulu 2. I'm not sure if some of the graphics are missing.
It's Zulu Charlie. If I have set 2, that was a mistake.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah.
Order of march is on the map 2 clicks west of Lackendor.
I can't see that.
I don't see it.
I don't see
I don't see it either.
You don't see OOM, Bravo 1, Bravo 2.
No.
No.
I see it as well.
Where?
That is weird. Yeah,
Send
we
it
don't
to
see it.
all.
I don't.
Maybe the mech infantry can see it, but the tankers can't.
Somebody must have put send to company.
Also, you mentioned something about Lima. You talking about those little tiny yellow Lima 1, Lima 2, Lima 5?
No, we see those.
Yeah, but was that what he was referring to when he mentioned Lima? Those little yellow.
Oh, the
areas?
Lima Ridge is just to the right of the enemy anti-tank platoon.
There we go.
Is it popping up now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's much better.
Now we see stuff.
Probably I picked send to company. That would explain it.
Except I'm in Alpha 2.
Then get out of our company.
Okay, for the immersion, I've marked the breaching point on the map where we basically all need to be moving. Let me mark that. You see the blue line?
Confirmed.
Okay, that will be the start of the march. So we go over the bridge, and once you reach the crossroad on the southern end of the bridge, you can fall out and move on the way to your planned staging positions. Yeah, as we've heard, there was a battle here at night where the mech company pushed the enemy out of Lachendorf, and we are basically exploiting that success. So we need to cross an enemy minefield and then cross the bridge into Lachendorf. Minefield is marked. The engineers have been busy and setting up a handover point and clearing the buildings there from enemy mines. So you will be passing the engineers.
I don't see any minefield on my screen.
You will. It's all flagged out. Okay. Any more question?
I have a question. Once the Bravo secures the Zulu Charlie position, in order to go to the battle position Bravo 2, should I guess, seize the enemy position of the AT platoon, the suppress neutralize, and I guess I should split the platoons to give them orders. One protects north, another east. Is it correct?
Yes. So
Yeah, okay.
your part will be the north and the east along that ridge. That will be the second phase of the battle, and we will make a short pause to get there. Point there is to pick the right way of movement over the open ground, depending on the situation. So here you can have both platoons move at once, or make a bounding overwatch. We'll come to that point, make a short pause, and make a quick introduction there.
Gotcha, thank you.
Okay, then move into your platoons. A quick radio check, and then just the platoon leaders. Somebody is speaking.
Duck.
Everyone leaving?
I was here first.
While you do that, platoon leaders, just make sure your vehicle commanders know where to move, that you have sectors given to them, the way of movement through the different terrain. And as I see the channels and command nets, you have experienced players in your platoons. Just ask them for feedback, and if one has questions, just fire on the net.
You hear? We are experienced players.
Oh, when did that happen?
So I shouldn't have to say anything, should I?
Yeah.
Alpha 1, Alpha 2
really.
is Alpha 6-6, radio check on the command net, over. Alpha 6, read loud clear. This is this Hotel 6-6, reading you loud and clear. Alpha 6-6, understood, thank you, out. Bravo 1, radio check. Bravo 1, this is Bravo 6, hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah.
6 is Bravo 2, radio check.
We'll just drive in a column to the pink line.
6, Bravo 2, hearing you loud and clear.
Follow the pink line along that little
Radio check.
ASR. Go into line into our attack position and wait.
Okay, this is
pretty easy.
6, I can hear Alpha 1.
Right there.
Might be a little exposed.
Alpha 1, Alpha 6,
ET
6,
platoon.
can radio check me?
If
I
not
can't hear you, over.
Well, I was gonna wait until the guys get to phase line 2 before we get
Alpha
into
1,
our
send
assault
last
position, so
message
we'd
again.
wait back.
Yeah, okay, Alpha 1, I hear you loud and clear. Thank you for radio check. Out.
Who's taking the extra Vic? Because 2 and 3 both have missile teams in them. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, you take it.
I like this. This is a good idea from Ronin.
Yeah, it is. The only downside is it's kind of slow.
Yeah, it's a boring gameplay and slow, but I think we need this.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's very useful.
A little more focus on coordination.
Copy that. At least we'll have 2 players engaging. And if they take
You're king up, Johnny.
casualties, they can jump over into my system.
Jaguar 1A3. That's a gotten vehicle.
Oh, the Jaguar, yeah. I actually kind of like. I wouldn't mind actually seeing it playable. That does look like a fun vehicle.
Yeah, I would love to play it. Back in Steelbeasts 1 days, we had it as a AI vehicle a lot back in the and it was pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people whine about it because it's a game breaker, but you know, because you can actually take out an entire company of tanks in 30 seconds with that thing.
Yep, and it has like a so nice hull, the thermal sight up front, so you don't have to expose too much before over the ridge line before it throws it like that.
Yeah. Germans still use these?
No. Or not that I'm aware of. I think they've been out of server for a while.
Yeah, that means they're probably going to end up in Ukraine then.
I actually think they would be fucking welcome in Ukraine.
I think so too.
In the chassis of a tank, and you have like a shitload of anti-tank missiles in it.
Yep, that you can fire from a covered position.
And the combat, get the combat train. You'll hear.
So after we take out Zulu Charlie, then are we going to the southern battle position, Bravo 1-1?
Yeah, there's basically so that Zulu Charlie's got basically got 4 parallel roads. We're gonna clear all those, and at that last road, that MSR is gonna pivot right and then go straight through town, and then get across town and take up position at Bravo 1-1 or whatever it is.
Okay.
This is Alpha 2, radio check.
2.
Alpha 2, Alpha 6, loud and clear, over.
Alpha 2, copy.
Now, if this is real training, there'd be engineer tape all over the place for some plant that you're not supposed to destroy.
No, it would be the simulated breach is going to be here. However, we can't actually go through this because it would tear up the ground too much. So we're going to go use this road over here instead.
Yeah.
So then we're going to simulate moving into position.
Exactly.
Simulated smoke will be covering you. Simulated enemy will be over here. You can engage them with simulated munitions.
It's all simulated.
Yeah, when they had me guarding an Air Force base, we had brought a couple of our guns out, and they wouldn't let us take those off of paved roads because, well, it'll tear up the prairie grass, and it's
Okay, this is
protected.
Hotel 66. Just when every platoon and every company is ready, give me a heads up, and then we can start the game.
But the funny thing is the entire state is full of that prairie grass. I doubt if it's really protected.
This is Alpha 1. We are Redcon 1. Alpha 66. This is Alpha 2. Ready. Redcon 1.
Alpha 66, ready. Redcon 1, over. Understood. We have Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Bravo 1, Bravo 2 ready. Alpha 3 missing.
Alpha 66, this is Alpha 3, Redcon 1, ready to check.
Okay, Alpha 3, understood, you're Redcon 1. Just a reminder, Alpha 3 is attached to Bravo Company currently, so you would be reporting to Bravo 66. Okay. Then, Major Duck, would you please do the honors and start the game?
Wake up, Mr. Duck.
Huh? What? Who? Huh?
What happened?
Major Duck?
He fell asleep in his pea soup.
Donald.
There we go.
Okay, this is Hotel 66, in the order of march, Bravo 1.
You need to speed up the platoon.
Start crossing towards your
Yeah,
position.
1-4 is going to have to split up. I can't split them up. There he goes.
Alpha 2, this is 66.
Alright, move out, speed 1.
And I'll tell you when you can go over.
I'm here to screw up.
Bravo 1 moving towards the breach.
Alright, speed
2.
2.
2.
Also bringing my infantry up out of the hatch.
Yes, get them up observing.
It's a Sunday that is not raining.
Yeah, that's one thing that Ronin got wrong with the mission. It's not raining, so we're not training.
That's true.
It should also be like cold and dark.
And all the gear is wet. We have no extra stocks to change to because they're wet as well.
Bravo 2, this is Bravo 6. My
Alright, I'm
advice for the
assuming
movement
the
would be
breach is through here.
short vehicle distances and have the infantry up in the hatches.
Yes.
And Bravo 2, you're clear to follow Bravo 1.
Copy that, 6. This is Bravo 2. Forward. Any indication if the breach lane
I can
is
see mines on our left and our right, so that's good.
Bravo 2, this is Bravo 6. Probably effect of enemy EV. Couldn't read you.
Alright, let me know when you're
Bravo 2,
through,
this is
Wiggly.
Bravo 6. Please repeat.
Copy, entering now.
Bravo 6, this is Bravo 2. Is asking if there's any indication that the breach lane, the minefield lane, is marked with flags.
Yeah, the minefield is marked with markers. Follow them on the right side. So leave the markers directly to the right hand of your vehicles.
Platoon has closed the breach.
Alpha 1, this is Alpha 66. You are free to move.
the breach.
Follow Bravo 2. Assume the baseline 1 position as briefed. Alpha 66 following Alpha 1, over.
Alpha 6 is Bravo 6. Just leave space for my vehicle. I'm coming into the formation from the right.
Roger. Alpha 1, slow down a bit. Let's make some space for Bravo 66, over.
Alpha 1 already stopped.
Alpha 2, this is Alpha 66. You're free to move. Follow Alpha 66 and go to baseline 1. Assume the position on the north side of the baseline 1 as briefed, over.
Alpha 2, moving.
Alright, well the bridge didn't collapse. That's good.
For us at least. Do a cross.
Platoon has closed the bridge.
Roger.
Bravo 1's crossing bridge. We're continuing on towards our rally point.
Bereich. Hello, you're hopeless.
Alright, right hand or left hand turn.
Copy, right, left hand turn.
least I didn't say repeat.
Yeah, it's true.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 2, I've cleared the minefield.
Alpha 2, Alpha 66, roger, thank you, out.
Well, Alpha's just now passing the minefield.
Yeah, I think we'll pull off into the woods up here and just wait and cover.
Alpha 3, this is Bravo 6. I see you're already following, good job. Forgot to call you in.
2 coming left.
Yeah, let's just pull into the woods on. Go left. Whatever that is, north, I think.
Okay.
This is Hotel 6. Just for everyone, while we're driving, this was actually just a very vulnerable phase, especially when we are fighting against Nike. We are concentrating our troops currently, and if he gets a whim of that, he would hit that with RT. So the best thing is to have these phases as short as possible. And Alpha 6
Alright, we'll get in
Bravo
line here,
6,
and we'll just wait.
you can pull the trigger, AT platoon follow.
Okay, you want us in line north?
So Echo 2
moves
into position.
Trying to get a word for this.
Alpha 66, understood. Trigger fired. Over.
Yeah, it's like a line, but no, we'll just do a facing line, facing east. We'll be fine. I'm not worried about the north side because we have all those guys covering our north, so it's just a big open field up there.
Oh, copy.
Echo 1, this is Bravo 6. Echo 1. This Bravo 6 have blind and suppress fire mission on Zulu Zulu Charlie ready at my command. Echo 1, roger, they are ready at your command. Over.
6 Bravo 1, we're going to wait here until the rest of the company gets in position.
Alpha 66, this is Alpha 66, Alpha 1 and 2 finished crossing the bridge. We are assuming positions at baseline 1. Over. This is Hotel 6, understood. Alpha 1 assuming position at baseline 1. Alpha 3, this is Papa, this is Bravo 6. Okay.
I wish the infantry would like rise up when you're looking through binos and crouch, so you could look over the bushes.
Well, you can if you go down to your little icon on the lower right and click one of those. I think it's a center box.
Well, no, but for like infantry that aren't yours technically.
Oh, yeah.
Alpha 6, Alpha 1, we are in position at phase line 1.
Understood.
Cozy.
Understood. Alpha 6, this Bravo 6, Bravo 6 in position and ready to attack.
Alpha 6, Roger, waiting for Alpha 2 and then we'll start with the motor soda.
Understood. Papa 6, this is Bravo 6-6. Fire mission, blind, suppress, Zulu Zulu Charlie, now. Papa 6, right away now.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 2.
Alpha 2, sense.
Ready in battle position, ready to engage.
Roger. Alpha 6-6, this is Alpha 6-6, Alpha platoons ready to engage. Then waiting for this small color.
Bravo 1, this is Bravo 6. Information from Recon Platoon. The first 100 meter going north to south in front of the buildings is covered by barbed wire. Would advise a break-in point directly to the right of the barbed wire.
Bravo,
Hotel 6, Papa 6. Hotel 6, Papa 6. This is Hotel 6, Papa 6, come. Splash, Elridge, 5 seconds. Out. Understood. Give me a heads up when the smoke screen is solid, then Alpha 3 and Bravo call signs can attack. Papa 6, Roger, smoke screen, 40 seconds. Out.
Well, once that lands, let's start pushing forward. Get to that next tree line. And just advance across the open. There's some barbed wire, so we'll just have to navigate around it, I guess.
Yeah, I hope that barbed wire's not in the smoke.
That's what I'm worried about.
That's gonna be a nice surprise in smoke.
Alpha 2, this is Alpha 6-6, the road ahead, the Lima 511 will be the boundary between our two platoons as marked on the map.
I don't want to be the first ones to stick our head out, though. I want the tanks to go first.
Flank and the Alpha 2 right flank. Prepare
Lead by example, dude.
Papa 6 to all, smoke screen, Zulu Zulu Charlie, splash now. Out. All call signs, Bravo Company, move into assault position. Alpha 3, assume support by fire.
Bravo section,
Bravo 1 moving out. Alpha 1, I've marked enemy PCs on the map with HE and smoke reference point. Could we get arc in that?
Papa 6, Roger, wait up.
Yeah, Alpha 6.
Papa 6, this is Bravo 6. Also suppress the fire on Zulu 2 HE now. Papa 6, 12 seconds. No.
Are we continuing through the tree line, or are we?
Yep.
There, copy.
Alpha 1 and Alpha 2, this is Alpha 6-6, move forward to phase line 2, assume the battle positions nearby the purple line, use the Lima 511 road as the boundary between our two platoons. Over.
Tank. Fuck, I'm hit. Tank, 10 o'clock.
Bravo 1, can't contact tanks.
Wait in the trees.
Alpha 3, concentrate on the enemy tanks. They need to be taken out first. They are to the north of our spec. Hill 28 north of Arnsbeck.
Bravo 1's going to halt in the trees and wait for the tanks.
KT, you need the other Vic?
Yeah, soon. My AGM team is still alive, so I'm deploying.
Copy. I'll hand the other Vic off to you.
Alpha 6, this is Bravo 6. Enemy tank section on Hill 28. Just between our companies.
KT, you got 3-3.
Alpha 6-6, understood. Seen.
Alpha 6, Papa 6, splash and Zulu Charlie, mortars times 30 tanks out.
Alright, both tanks
Understood.
dead.
Bravo 1, this is 6. Bravo 6, enemy tank section destroyed. Move into assault position.
Roger, Bravo 1 continuing movement.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm shifting to Slovia's left side.
Alpha 1, we have one tank with ballistic computer down.
Understood.
I'm getting more shot. I'm getting shot.
I got a shot from the rear.
I got shot from the rear.
6 Bravo 1, we're taking casualties in the trees here.
I'm down.
Bravo 2, get up on the right. We need to get
Okay, 4's continuing into the
suppressive
smoke.
fire into the objective.
Yeah, my Vic's down, so you have to go forward.
Roger that. 6 is Bravo 2, lost 1 unit on the far east flank.
Understood.
It actually looked like you got hit from front.
Taken out,
I think I got friendly fired.
so the enemy
I'm pretty sure I got shot in the ass.
seems to be destroyed.
Yeah, it looked that way.
Alright, I'm just short of the smoke screen now.
3 is breaking out from cover.
I need all available Bravo 2 call signs in roughly in the assault by fire position.
Alpha 1 is Alpha 6-6, focus on the north-northeast of the enemy at the HE smoke position, if possible, on our left flank. Over.
Alpha 1.
Alpha 2 is 6-6, focus at the suppress or neutralized HE position. Over.
Alpha 3, this is Bravo 6. Move forward so you can support Bravo 1 attack with machine gun fire.
Alpha 2, copy. Alpha 6, splash on HE plus smoke, marker northern BMPs times 11 seconds out.
Six Bravo 1's lost 2 Vics. We're down to 2 mobile Vics in the infantry.
Okay.
3 spawning.
Yeah, push the infantry forward so you can get into the objective.
Hello, Hoffman.
Suppressing with my machine gun.
Alpha 652.
Alpha 2.
My units are, southern units are engaging some direction north, moving over friendly units.
Understood.
Alpha 6, Bravo 6, round, reach to Charlie, I'll shift fire further east out.
Roger. Alpha 2, this is Alpha 6-6, focus on the east. Try to shoot over the on the north at Papa 1. Ish. Take care of it. Over.
Bravo 1, this is Alpha 6. Enemy positions mainly in the northern edge of the village. Push your units that are already broken in to the north to neutralize them. Bravo 2 provides covering fire onto the enemy position. So we have now Bravo 2 fire, 2 fire to your left, and Bravo 1 call signs push north along the road. Papa 6.
And
shift mortar fire to the east to cover the right flank of Bravo 1.
Yeah, you should. It's good fun.
Papa 6, interrogative east in the city or
East, just to the eastern border of the city. Eastern border of the city.
Understood, wait out.
Alpha 3 to 6. Yeah, Alpha 3, get a bit closer, get into machine gun range. Just stay out of the RPG range.
Hey, Wiggy, I need a medic in the A in unspec north 50 meters. Down, man down.
Southeast of you. Observe the Zulu Charlie and anything on the east. Over.
Copy, give me a second.
I'm attacking on the western road heading north.
Copy. Copy, and you say you were medic where? Oh, I see him, I see him.
Bravo 2, this is Bravo 6. Get your platoon in line to my left.
Copy, I'm moving to that second road right now.
6 Bravo 1, breach the town.
We should have medic location now.
Alright.
Bravo 1, this is 6. Give me a heads up when you reach the northern edge of Arnspec. That's the trigger for Alpha 6 to move into their new position.
I was trying to focus on clearing that northern side.
And
yeah,
Bravo 2, on my order, be prepared to follow the orange marker or the orange arrow to the east through Arnspec and assume a battle position at the eastern edge. Wait 1, map trace follows.
Bravo 2. Copy.
Hey, northwest edge is clear.
Yep, I confirm that.
6 Bravo 1 northwest edge is clear. Zulu Charlie.
Wiggy, my casualties are south of the black ring, just north of the A in unspec.
Copy, seen. Moving now.
Bravo 6 is Bravo 2. Affirmative. Copy graphic.
Yeah. Then follow orange marker, assume defensive position to the east in that position.
Hotel 6, Power 6.
Power 6, wait 1. Alpha 6, this is Hotel 6, Zulu Charlie secured. You can move into battle position Bravo 2 on Lima Ridge.
Wiggy, I am attacking from your left to right.
Papa 6, this is Hotel 6.
Be advised, I'm shooting at Papa 6, 6001 HE, plans now.
Roger.
Ah, okay, I'm coming up on your left side.
Hold your move. Hold your
Facing
move.
east.
Friendly artillery approaching assaulting the express and neutralized. Observe the map. There's Alpha 1, Alpha 2,
going east all the way to the main road.
Bravo 2, hold at the next node. Papa 6 is firing suppressive fire into your planned battle position. Move into the position, 1 rounds are complete.
Lovely.
Bravo 6, Bravo 2, affirmative, copy, orders, inbound Artie.
The KTM moving my Vic back down to the south to support my advance. I'll be on.
6 is Alpha 1, reference point Alpha 1, AT infantry, north of battle position 1.1, could we get artillery on that?
Up 16, also Papa 66, round complete, edge of town. Over. Understood. Bravo 2 to 6, Papa 6 reports, round complete, you're clear to move. Bravo 1 to 6, yeah, rearm, get ready to remount. In the next phase, we need to take battle position. Bravo 1/1 and Bravo 2/1. Bravo 2 will move from the orange battle position to the south and assume position in Bravo 2/1. Bravo 1 moves south from their current. Assume battle position Bravo 1/1. Alpha 3 bypass arms back and move into battle position Alpha 3/1 up on hill 3-1. Alpha 3, your sectors to the north and to the east. Bravo 2, your sectors to the east. Bravo 1, sector to the south.
Okay, you have 1 and 3 as Vic. I'm a gunner.
Bravo 6,
Oh,
this is Bravo
alright.
2.
It's gonna
So
send
you
my
can
infantry up.
lead.
Have mobility damage due to concertina wire.
Understood. Then move whatever can still move over the orange battle position to battle position Bravo/1. The rest needs to follow on foot.
Alpha 1, Alpha 2, this is Alpha 66. You are clear to advance to Lima Bridge. Alpha 1 assumes the battle position on facing north. Alpha 2 battle position facing east. Commence now. Over.
Alpha 66, can you activate the trigger extra Megan platoon, please?
One is.
Alright, Wiggy.
Thank you.
You
And
go ahead.
whoever
If you
has
want.
Golf 2 platoon, hand
Copy.
it to me, please.
Done.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 2.
Alpha 2 sent.
Are we moving right now?
Roger.
Copy. Alpha 2 moving.
Alpha 3, this is Bravo 6. Don't forget your spare call signs back there. Move them at least to Zulu Charlie.
Alpha 3 is Roger.
Bravo 2, this is Bravo 6. I'm crossing in front of your BP. Moving down into the Triangle Road, roughly
Roger, we're just gonna push south.
800 meters south of my
This
current.
river looks like it's crossable, so I think we just drive across it.
This is life.
South,
One
trying
day
to
you're
get eyes on
TC,
you
next
guys.
you are as a gunner. Nice sometimes just to be a gunner though.
Yeah, I'm pushing my dismounts forward to kind of clear it out before we get there. We'll just follow behind them in like a traveling Overwatch sort of thing, let the infantry go first.
I am
Moving
now
out,
on
speed
your
1.
left. You want me on your left or right?
Left is fine.
We're taking fire here.
All right, halting here. Well, I don't see anything.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't see anything either. Do you want me to push the next row of buildings to the south?
Yeah, sure.
This is Hotel 6, enemy tank contact, grid 111573.
Same. Wait.
Four is set.
Roger, moving.
Okay, are you manipulating the site?
Nope.
Because it jumps
Alpha
to
one,
the
contact.
zoom back and forth.
Oh, I'm not
Alpha
touching it
one.
at all. I'm just
I
driving.
will have smoke screen on
Copy.
those tanks
Fair
north
behavior.
of your position in 40 seconds. Advise, do not engage until the smoke is landed. Over.
I'm using my binos. Is
Bravo
that...
6-6, Alpha 3, we are in position.
Okay, wait with the binos. Use the binos on
Alpha 3,
Magman.
this is Bravo 6, understood.
Okay, use
Wait,
the
what?
bino.
Binos are up.
Are you set?
And take off the binos.
Bravo 2, this
Off.
is Bravo 6.
We have a bug.
Move all available call signs down
Really?
into
Is that
battle
what it is?
position
Yeah.
Bravo 2/1,
Interesting.
roughly at
Alright, moving on
grid
forward.
087529. Assume defensive position to the east. Nothing must come across these bridges.
Perfect, all smoke flash. Northern tank platoon out.
Four is set.
So I think we have to guard these
Bravo
bridges to
6,
the
Bravo
south.
2, copy your orders. Heading
Okay, toggle the
southeast
binos
one
on off again.
kilometer to observe bridges and defend.
You working the binos?
Nope.
Okay, work the binos.
Okay, gentlemen, heads up to everyone. The railroaded part of the scenario is over. You did well. And now comes the enemy counterattack. Be prepared
Only
for
seems to be
tank
happening in
platoon
Thermal.
plus for a tank battalion
Weird.
plus mech support attacking from the east.
I'm gonna go speed through to
Assume
get in
defensive
position.
positions and conduct a mobile defense from your current VPs.
Alpha 2, Alpha 6, can you send a section to observe the northeast? There is enemy tank platoon. Can you see from your position? And if so, engage from your position over there.
And Alpha 6, my advice would be to call the spare tank platoon now. Pull it close to your position so you can hand out reserve vehicles when needed.
Alpha 6.
And Bravo 1, Bravo 2, I'm calling in the reserve mech platoon. Give me a heads up if someone needs a vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 1. We've engaged and destroyed 2 enemy tanks north of
Was you in
our
the
battle
commander
position,
slot or external slot when you're doing the
south
binos?
of Eldingen.
Just be advised,
I
there's
go to the
another
commander
tank
slot.
platoon and another tank platoon right now. Keep engaging enemy tanks on the northeast. Over.
But I'm in the commander. I'm in the observation slot now using the binos.
So say again, you were in the commander slot or observer slot?
Just now I was in the observer slot.
Okay, try zoom in and out from observer.
Bravo
Zoom
1,
in and out from observer.
if one of you guys has a spare minute, can you number the bridges to your south and to our south and southeast on the river?
When you have time, jump back in commander and work the binos again.
Bravo 1 copies.
Hang on.
Alpha 3, this is Bravo 6. Spotted 2 enemy tank platoons moving in from the east.
You're using it now?
Yep. Roger, seeing on map.
Nothing happens now.
This is Alpha 6
the hell?
requesting fire mission at the request high explosive round time 0038 on the northeast of Lima Ridge. Over.
Seen. One ICM mission already landed there. I'm blocking the road with HE just south of the two bridges.
Roger.
You can dismount and set up a BP here. I'm just gonna mark these bridges.
Yep, 4's already dismounted. Did you number the bridges?
I'm working on it. I haven't sent them out yet.
Copy.
Alpha 6, this is 2.
Sent.
Suppress 1 enemy tank platoon on the east of BB2.
Roger, be advised, there's another tank platoon there. Over.
We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. Alpha 6, this Bravo 3. We are bringing up Milan missiles to the left of Alpha 1's position to engage to the north.
Alpha 6, understood.
AR is gonna be interesting because my missile team in the rear was dead before. But our 2 enemy tanks has been destroyed before my ATM killed team get destroyed. So I'm kind of thinking that is friendly fire.
This is Bravo 2, we have contact.
Well,
5.
I was looking at the angles and it's like we're moving right across where Alpha 3 be looking and they might see
Understood.
movement in the trees and just be like, oh, bang,
Yeah.
bang.
Bravo 2-4, you are much too close to the river. Fall back 200, so you take a covered position
Bank
between the
platoon
buildings.
on bridge 5.
You're pretty exposed there.
Yep. We got tanks coming
Copy,
up
I
bridge
was
3 as
getting
well.
infantry closer faster. I'm pulling back to my battle position.
6 has Bravo 1 has enemy tanks pushing in on bridge 3.
Understood. Enemy tanks pushing on bridge 3. Can you engage with own missiles or do you need support?
We'll try with our own.
Tank visual.
See.
Good
Missile
times.
out.
Missile out.
That was low.
And King Tiger, I'm handing you one of the Golf vehicles so you can reinforce.
Alpha 1 is Alpha 6, descends 1 section to the position 143. Support Alpha 2-1 on the right flank. Over.
Alpha 1. King Tiger gave you both 2-2.
Golf 2, copy.
Alpha 3, this is Bravo 6.
Alpha 3.
We have an enemy tank platoon approaching Bridge 3 from the southeast. if you can get eyes and guns into that direction would be most helpful.
On 3, roger.
Looks like a tank platoon and PCs coming up now.
Papa 6, this is Bravo 6. Send. Need mortar fires in the area of Bridge 5, enemy mech platoon approaching the crossing.
Bridge 5, already shooting there now. Off.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 2.
Send.
Status red.
Roger. Alpha 2, this is Alpha 6, withdraw and form up on the south side of Pacific 1.3. Regroup with Alpha 1 there and support them. Over.
Copy.
Yeah, I just engage one BMP, my gun.
Yeah, one's getting ready to cross Bridge 3, coming in at high speed.
This is Hotel 6, Alpha 6 sent.
Hotel 6, Alpha 6, we are engaging enemy contact on the northeast and the east. I have 70% of combat capability. I am not sure I can hold the Lima Ridge for long. Over.
Understood. Yeah, fall back to the height of Zulu Charlie, if need be even to phase line 2, and then re-engage tanks when they cross the river.
Understood. Alpha 2, Alpha 6, 6, over. Alpha 2, this is Alpha 6, 6. Withdraw to
that BMP across the bridge has dismounted. They're headed our way. Request artillery across Bridge 3.
Unable.
Roger.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 1. We need help up here. We've got one tank with destroy turret right and multiple platoons incoming.
Alpha 1, 6, understood. Can't help you right now. Try to hold your position. We are defending Alpha 2, waiting for Alpha 2 to disengage. Over.
Alpha 6, remember, if you need, call in that reserve tank platoon.
Roger. Tank platoon on the way.
Good.
Bravo 6 is Bravo 2.
2 is dismounting behind platoon.
Okay, Bravo
Oof,
2.
lots of guys out here.
2 immobilized vehicles are repaired.
I'm giving you Golf 2-3. Hand it over so you have at least a call sign. Yeah, and
Dismount ATM, pushing forward with it.
Golf 2-4, so you should be able to hold that position longer.
This is 2-2. We're taking fire here. This is 2-1. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here.
Alpha 6, 6. This is Alpha 6, 6. Request smoke 5 mission to request smoke 0045. Over.
Alpha 6, negative, no more smoke. Out.
We're taking fire
Roger.
here. Mission to retreat. This is 4. We're taking fire here. Contact. Group. East.
Alpha 6, this is Alpha 2.
Alpha 2, send.
Alpha 2 is unoperational, so I will be moving to the forest where you can take the vehicles away.
Alpha 2, understood. I'll give you the reserve Golf 1. I'll give it to you. You can sort it to your platoon. Over.
I'm reloading my martyr. I took out 3 BMPs in infantry.
Golf 1, this is Alpha 6, 6. Report when ready to engage.
I still haven't actively engaged a lot. I'm watching the other 2 bridges.
This is 2-3. We're taking fire here.
2 is setting up a Milan team between Bridge 1 and 2. Aiming to engage the tank platoon to the southeast.
Roger, be advised, you do have a Jaguar behind you.
Yeah, but they're not doing much.
Papa 6, this is Alpha. You have any ICM left? We have an enemy tank platoon in position at grid 0933 517.
Negative.
Then give him some HE quick fuse.
2-3, we're taking fire here.
We got mech infantry southeast headed towards either bridge 2 or 3 behind the tanks.
Yeah, I see him.
Good news is that bridge 1 is a wooden bridge, so tanks can't cross.
2-4,
Ooh,
we're
good
taking
call.
fire here. This is 2-1, we're taking fire here. This is 1-4, we're taking fire here. This is 2-2, we're taking fire here. This is 2-1, we're taking fire here.
Out.
How do you adjust the range on these things?
Alpha
On these
6
machine
to
guns?
Alpha 1, we've lost 1 call sign.
In the motor?
Yeah, no, on the machine gun.
Isn't it
Roll
like
wheel or shift scroll wheel?
Oh,
yeah,
there
I
it
think
is.
so.
Gold 1, this is Alpha 66 radio check, do you hear me? Yeah, Alpha 2, Lumi, I gave you the Golf 1, can you confirm you have the platoon and you hear me? Over?
This is Alpha 2. I have Golf 1 platoon.
Okay.
I'm sending it over towards the area.
Roger, assume battle position nearby the point 2.2, and I want you to be there. I will then withdraw with the Alpha 1, over.
Contact, group.
Copy.
2-4, we're taking fire here. This is 2-3, we're taking fire here.
Alpha 1, this is 6-6, withdraw to battle position 1.2, over.
This is 2-4, we're taking fire here.
Alpha 1.
Alpha 66, this is Alpha 66, we are withdrawing from the Lima Ridge, enemies pushing from northeast and east, over.
Contact, group, east.
One of our Mars got smoked.
What did?
Not one of ours. I think it was 2 4s. Or 2s.
I mean Jaguars.
Yeah, I saw something blow up in the woods.
Yeah, that was a Jaguar.
Looks like enemy may be headed towards Bridge 5. Can you put it up chain of command? Maybe request artillery?
Yeah.
6 Bravo 1, we have enemy vehicles moving towards Bridge 5.
So enemy vehicles moving towards Bridge 5. Papa 6, if we can get some mortar rounds on the enemy IFV section southeast of Bridge 5.
Papa 6, solid tip. Over.
Contact, group, east. This is 2-3, we're taking fire here.
Alpha 6, this is
We're taking
Golf
fire here.
12.
Golf 12, Alpha 6, send.
I'm on battle position 2.2, ready to defend.
Understood. Provide cover to Alpha 1. They are retreating on your left flank. Observe east. Over.
Copy. Observing east.
Contact, group, east.
KTM think you may have to shift to your right to get good target.
2-4, we're taking fire here.
Yeah, I've been looking for it, but from here I can crawl back into cover. If I move more right, I have no
Alpha
cover.
66, this is Alpha 66. Requesting permission, high explosive to the battle position 2 in the northeast part. The request HE 005.
BMP platoon attacking.
Papa 66, negative.
Yeah, from the south.
We are ammo
Copy.
red. Headed to reach by over.
Roger.
That was fucking lousy.
Golf 1, this is Alpha 66. If you need to, you can move to Zulu Zulu Charlie. It should provide you better overwatch to the north, sorry, to the east. Over. Please elevate.
Bravo 6 is Bravo 2. About the second unit in defensive on deck.
Fucking AI. Alright, my Vic's down.
Bravo 2, this is
2-1. We're taking fire here. Permission to
Bravo
retreat.
6. Repeat last.
We're taking fire here.
Yeah, I switched me to HE, and by the time I get
Bravo 2,
HE, I got
lost
smoked.
one unit defensive on deck.
Yeah, I had that
Second
problem.
vehicle has crew casualties.
J2's Milan is out of ammo, popping smoke and retreating to
Okay,
refill.
then try to hold position. We are running low on vehicles.
Copy that. Infantry has a defensive line, well-placed defensive line. We should be able to hold if they get any farther.
Contact. Tanks. North.
Remaining Jaguar is engaging at the bridge 2.
Alpha 3, this is 6.
Alpha 3, we're engaging platoon of enemy tanks. We are down to 1 call sign.
Down to 1 from 4? Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, one was mobility kill on AI.
That Jaguar did some good work.
Okay,
Tank
Bravo
troop in the
call
south
signs,
is
they
destroyed.
will be ready in 10
Only
minutes.
infantry left, as you see.
And the damaged Alpha 3-4 will be ready in also 10 minutes. Correction, 18 minutes.
Bravo 6 is Bravo 2. Would you want me to hand you those 2 Bravo units? Waiting for repair?
Yeah, hand them over to me. I will have a RRV at their position. I'm reporting once they're done. Bravo 1 is 6, short sit rep.
2-1. We're taking fire here. 2-3. We're taking fire here.
Bravo 1's holding position. We're down to 1 Vic, but we still have plenty of infantry. Facing off against mostly infantry, all the enemy dicks would be decked at 1 BMP on Bridge 5.
We're 2 Vics.
Understood.
We're 2 Vics.
Yeah, minus up. I got a new.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a new platoon. Well,
Correction, Bravo 1 had 2 Vics.
I think we got dismounts headed towards bridge 2.
yeah.
3-2. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. 1-4. We're taking fire here. 2-2. We're taking fire here.
Still have a tank out there. Holy shit.
2-4. We're taking fire here. 4. We're taking fire here. 3-3. We're taking fire here. 1-1. We're taking fire here. 2-3. We're taking fire here. 2-1. We're taking fire here. 4. We're taking fire here. 2-4. We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat.
Dismounting my ATM gun.
We're taking fire here.
Okay, gentlemen. So far our defense held. We let it run for another till we have reached the 1 hour mark, and then we can call it a day. And switch to the AAR.
This is 1-2. We're taking fire here. We're taking fire here. This is 2-1. We're taking fire here. This is 2-4. We're taking fire here. This is 1-1. We're taking fire here. This is 2-4. We're taking fire here.
Well, seems to be a bit of a stalemate now. I'm jealous of 2-4's little firefight they have going up here, though.
They're having all the fun.
Yeah.
2-4. We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat. This is 2-1. We're taking fire here. This is 2-4. We're taking fire here. This is 3-3. We're taking fire here. This is 2-1.
Take my martyr up there.
This is 1-3. We're taking fire here. This is 3-1. We're taking fire here. This is 3-1. We're taking fire here. This is 3-2. We're taking fire here.
Okay. Then, Major Doug, we can end the server.
This is 3-2. We're taking fire here. This is 2-1. We're taking fire here. This is 2-4. We're taking fire here. This is 1-1. We're taking fire here. This is 2-4. We're taking fire here. This is 2-4. We're taking fire here. Permission to retreat. This is 2-2. We're taking fire here. This is 1-3. We're taking fire here.
Okay, this is Hotel 66 for all call signs. Enemy attack has basically stalled on positions at Lima Ridge and Arnsbeck held.
Ooh, I wonder how many kills I got.
So,
take it.
for the second part, I wanted to throw a bit of enemy at you and let you run the defense. Good job.
Alright, who domed me?
Go to the AAR and look what happened.
Does say total frats 0.
Well, I didn't die, I just got hit. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Alright.
As usual, they don't count the.
Okay,
there it is.
for that, so far, everybody from Bravo Company, including Alpha 3, let's meet at the Bravo 2, at the Bravo 66 channel. KT, Wycliffe and Snoggy, you come up once you're done with your platoon AR.
Yeah, my AGM team got fragged by Alpha 3.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see. Oh.
And you got hit by Conlog in Alpha 3-3. So Conlog
Yeah,
fragged
there
both
it is.
me
Yeah,
and
yeah. There she is. I was wondering what that was coming from. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, once again, our tanks are the most dangerous thing out there.
Well, this is the whole reason why I wanted the tanks to go in there first before we would attack, but...
Bring that up in the AAR. Let the tanks
I
know
will.
they're going to kill everything, including us.
Anybody else have anything to add? I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it went pretty good.
I kind of like the pacing of this one a bit more than the other ones, but...
Yeah, it's a smaller mission, so you can take it slower and more coordinated.
Yeah, and you can kind of, because I hate rushing into things, and you get, you rush too far forward, you don't have the time to kind of take things a little bit slow and kind of go.
Yeah, this
more
is more
methodical
suited for us.
Yeah, especially for us.
And despite we somehow failed with fire coordination measures, which meant that Alpha 3 fucked us up.
Yeah.
KT?
Yeah.
And guys, I need to hurry you a bit so we can do the Bravo stuff quickly and then...
Oh, all right, let's go.
Okay, thank you for joining the game. And first I want to thank everybody who stepped up as a platoon leader. Scrolling through the AR, I have one big hiccup that would be to blame on me on the company side. Any idea what that would be?
Fire coordination measure with Alpha 3.
That's correct, and
Yeah,
that's
I was
why.
thinking the same.
I was trying to think of a more polite way of saying it.
Yeah, I should have pushed Alpha 3 more forward so they would be in a better position to support you. And that's why Bravo 1 did bite a couple of bullets before they even got to the assault. So here we have, that's why the coordination is so important. The tank platoon is the important thing. And the biggest threat we have on the map is that enemy tank section that we know from the briefing. And as long as we don't know where they are, we must look for them. Too bad Bravo 1 found them first and not Alpha 3.
Oh, but they're only
correct.
half the problem.
Yeah, correction on that. It wasn't that Bravo 3 didn't engage tanks, it's Bravo 3 engaged us.
Or Alpha 3 engaged us.
Or Alpha 3, sorry.
The Alpha 3 has destroyed one AGM team and disabled Bravo 1. Bravo 1-2 got disabled by the T-80s, but Alpha 3 disabled Bravo 1-1 and killed my Bravo 1-2 AGM team.
Okay, yeah, then that's also an issue of, yeah.
Is that why we keep getting a repeated message that we're taking fire? We're taking fire?
Well, yeah, and we kept getting tank fire, and I thought it was enemy tanks. I'm like, we're looking around for enemy tanks, and then KT's like, I think we got shot in the rear, and I'm like, yeah, I think we did too.
Yeah, so that's what I meant with fire coordination measures with Alpha 3.
Yeah, I'll take lots of responsibility for that. I had also comms issues where I couldn't talk to the radio. I could only listen. So and it just appeared when we were starting the movement and to the attack, and it was not a good time.
But this is a prime example that we can actually look at. Because, for example, Alpha 3, now when they are tasked with supporting Bravo 1's attack into the objective, from Alpha 3 position, you can clearly see it's like attacking from right to left. So you can set up fire limit, right is the forest edge, then is the brown road, and then is the left side of the town. And then the platoon commander needs to keep track on where Bravo 1 is moving, listening for the company net or watching with your own eyes and saying, okay, limit the fire left now is the force edge, now it's a road, etc.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to talk to Bravo 1 about that, but I couldn't. Also, or just get a heads up.
Yeah. So yeah, let's take that as a lesson and see the positive side of it. Yeah. One thing that I should have an eye on too, but primarily it's truly is the platoon leader's job to also have an eye. Where's my left neighbor? Where's my right neighbor? And where shouldn't I fire when they are moving? Yeah. Okay. Any more stuff?
I have 1 point more on the scenario.
Yes.
I would have liked maybe 10 minutes before a counterattack happened. Maybe have it on a trigger, because now Snoggy didn't have any proper time to actually conduct like a recce for the platoon or give an idea how he wants to do the defense, dividing up target area, etc.
Yeah, noted.
These are training mission after all.
Yeah, timing was too close there. Yeah, noted.
So maybe push it on our trigger and activate it when we see that the situation is ideal.
I will improve that. Okay, then if there's nothing more from the platoon leaders, we can move up to the rest of the units.
Yep.
When we saw on the map, Assassin and requested that he could do that anyway. So when you gave the order, we were already well on the way. So that was a good idea.
Okay, yeah. So you had your own initiative. That's very good to know. And again, thank you for being experienced and helping me here. Unfortunately, I've lost my tank because I drew into the only river in the mission. I was watching the map, not the things in front of my tank. Apologies, I couldn't help you there more. Maybe also a question for Alpha 2. When I gave you the Golf 1, would you rather to prefer calling you Alpha 2 or Golf 1 to avoid some problems in the future? What's better for you?
I think I personally would prefer being called Golf 1, but that's my personal preference.
Roger. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's often helpful to have the same call sign on the radio as in the map, so other players can see the reference.
Yeah, okay, understood. I was just wondering if it's okay for you to switch because you were used to be Alpha 2 and then to be Alpha 1. Okay, good to know that this is all right.
Sometimes it's very confusing because we have had situations where we in a single platoon with 4 guys have had tanks from 4 different platoons. So most of the time we actually keep our original designation if that's the case.
Okay.
Stop dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Protect us
So to wrap things up, we already had a few points down with the Bravo platoon call signs. One was coordinations of fires, so to give left and right borders for your platoons in relation to your neighbor. We had 2 blue on blue incidents down there because of that. That's also one of the things we take up. Another thing that I take as the scenario designer, the enemy counterattack was a little bit too early. That didn't give the trainees a good chance to coordinating the defense and setting up sectors. I will keep that in mind when setting up another training mission. Other than that, Falcon, how did you feel? Did it work as you intended?
Yeah, quite good. I had very good platoon leaders, so they did all the heavy lifting there. I've lost my tank during trying the only river, hitting the only river there. So yeah, lessons learned. I didn't manage to make a proper debriefing. Also, I don't feel like I should be doing it since I don't have much of experience. I don't. So if you want to go through the debriefing with Alpha 1, Alpha 2, happy to hear if you guys have any feedback also from the Hotel 66. If, any feedback, I'm very happy to listen. I think.
Okay, so we already talked with the Bravo company, so let's go through the platoons again, so everybody can share his points. First, point that I want to take is informations, especially from Alpha 66, were good to Hotel 6. So he kept back briefing on the situation with his company. That was good. I also did again get very good reports from Bravo 1 platoon regarding their situation. So anything that helps the company commander players judging what the situation of these platoons, of their platoons is, helps a lot, including callouts on I can hold or I cannot hold, or I need help or I don't need help. That is really helpful for the company command players to get a grip on what is happening. Okay, then yeah, let's go through the platoons from Alpha 1 to Bravo 2.
From the Alpha 1 perspective, I think there's not much to say about the initial push across the bridge. That worked pretty well. Then as soon as we were in phase line 1 and the push towards phase line 2 worked pretty well as well, aside from one call sign who took some damage. I think it was a missile. But other than that, not too much to talk about. Then the firing up into the north with the PCs, that wasn't too dramatic. We helped out the Mechinf and the Mechinf helped us. So I think that was pretty good. Then we moved into along the blue line, numbered Alpha 1 along the Lima 511 road, and took up a defensive position there. And as soon as the enemy started coming, we got pretty hammered by enemy tanks, and we lost one call sign, and my tank lost basically the fire control system. And then I sent down 2 tanks to support Alpha 2 from the flanks because the enemy was pushing in the center, and we were left with 2 tanks, and then more enemy tanks kept rolling in. So it became clear that we couldn't hold that position forever. So I requested for some help, and then we were allowed to move back into battle position 1-2, which was necessary because we probably couldn't have stopped all those tanks pouring in. The first phase went pretty well. The last phase was a tough fight, and I think no vehicle was left undamaged from our side. But it was fun, and it was good mission. Thanks, everyone.
Alpha 2.
Okay, this is Alpha 2. As for the first phases of crossing the bridge and phase line 2.2, I agree with Alpha 1. Once we started to pushing towards the along the Alpha 2 blue route and moved to the Lima rates, I sent one section to watch the north and one section watching the east. And my idea was to support. There was a known engagement happening in north, so I had the idea to support there. And apparently, I got a call to do that about that time, and I didn't even hear that because the radio traffic. Very soon there was an attack coming from east, and we lost one call sign really fast. I moved the rest of my call signs towards the south to support that, but we were really fast taken out. And at that point, we were basically unoperational. And what I did, I put the one remaining unit to towing, and I towed him to the forest just west of the Lima Reeds, and I was given golf cars, and then we moved to the Padu position 2.2 to take on defensive positions. And that pretty much wraps for Alpha 2. There was not much action, but the Lima Reeds, and that was that overwhelmed us really quickly.
Right, Alpha 3. First point being taken is to improve coordination with friendly mechanized infantry or whatever friendly unit we are in support of. Could have done that better. Could have been a bit more aggressive on the move and get fires towards the city of Arnsberg quicker and more effective had we pushed up. On the second phase, we were able to hold enemy tanks off the bridges. One got across, but he got destroyed. Then when the Elrich defenses fell, we also fell, and our whole platoon got pretty much destroyed. Had one call sign remaining, but it was a fun mission, so thanks.
Okay, Bravo 1.
Yeah, Bravo 1. Yeah, getting across the bridge was pretty easy through the breach. Was fine. I kind of pretended like the Op 4 we had Nike, so I tried to keep us in concealment before the attack so we wouldn't draw fire from enemy artillery, but once the attack started, we got across into that first little wood line, and then we took fire from enemy tanks, and then we tried to back up and took fire from friendly tanks, so we kind of just got caught in the middle. But then we pushed forward, cleared the town, and then pushed south and set up on the in front of the or behind the bridges. And then that defense was a bit spicy because we had tanks and we only had Milans, but yeah, it was fine. It was fun though, good mission though. I really liked the clearing the town part. It was one of those missions that was just fast enough for us to have fun and still be able to take our time and focus on, the platoon level stuff, which is really good for this kind of a mission. So it's really good, really, really awesome scenario. So thank you.
Okay, then Bravo 2.
Bravo 2 here. After a uneventful road march to our battle position, we immediately took fire before we actually reached our support by fire position just southwest of Ansbeck. There was a BMP-2 there that engaged with the Spandrel, caught us off guard, leaving with 3 vehicles. We were able to support Bravo 1's attack on Zulu Charlie, laying suppressive fire into the buildings. It wasn't very effective, but we hit pretty much every building that we could. When we were proceeding east to our next battle positions, we immediately had 2 mobility kills on our vehicles due to the only barbed wire in the area, leaving us 1 operational vehicle who was then later engaged during the counterattack from Bridge 4, I believe. He was trading fire with BMP-2 and was also destroyed by a Spandrel. It was a tough little fight there, but in the end he lost. We deployed almost all of our troops in defense of Ansbeck. None of the enemy counterattack coming across the bridges made it across the bridges, which is probably due to having so many infantry in the area. It was a hornet's nest, and they were busy engaging those infantry until the mission ended.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot. Good work by all platoon leaders and Alpha 6 company commander. Thanks for stepping up. I hope I was at least a little bit able to give some ideas on how to plan and conduct such a mission. It is not too complicated. Coordination is the important factor, and it can fail from time to time, as you see. That's not a biggie. I can just plead with everyone, whenever you feel like it and the mission looks interesting, just give it a try. We are always happy for someone to take the command seat, and it's good to see some new approaches to missions and maybe new ideas.
Well, thank you a lot for this opportunity. It was really a pleasure, and thanks again to everybody to having patience with me.
End the stream here.
I
for watching.
enjoyed it a lot. I got a little question. If there is an event